All right, what is up, you guys? Pete DiCarlo here, and today I want to talk about dark pools. We are set up on the computer screen doing a little FaceTime like this because I want to go over dark pool trading. It's one of those trigger words that a lot of people think when they hear it. It's like some illegal activity is happening or something really cooler than it actually is. So let's kind of just get started. A dark pool, it's not like some dark black market scammy type of thing. Really, a dark pool is just a way for big companies or hedge funds to move money around without the public knowing that it's happening as soon as it's happening. And we'll get into the exact details of it. But let's just say that somebody has like $2 billion worth of, say, Tesla shares. And you can see that right here, and we'll go over this. This actually happened. Somebody had $92 million worth of Tesla shares that came through. But let's just say you have $2 billion worth of Tesla shares. And let's say it's like a hedge fund manager. It could be Warren Buffett. It could be just some extremely rich person. And they don't want to alarm the market because imagine if Warren Buffett came out and said he no longer believes, he actually just did this with Apple. He sold most of his Apple shares, I believe, if not all of them. But let's just say like there's a huge investor like ARK Invest. Let's say Kathy Wood and ARK Invest say, we don't believe in Tesla anymore. They are one of the biggest shareholders of Tesla, and they say they were to publicly come out and be like, listen, it's Wednesday, November 18th, and we don't believe in Tesla anymore. We think it's extremely overvalued, and we're going to just get rid of it entirely in our portfolio. What would that do? Right, that would scare the living hell out of the public. You would have panic selling. You'd be like, dude, the biggest investors in not only the biggest investors in Tesla, but ARK Invest now at this point has become kind of like superheroes slash memes inside of the investing world in a good way. Kathy Wood and what they're doing is amazing, but it's just like everybody knows about them. They're like the celebrities of the stock market world now. But if they were to come out and just be like, hey, we're selling all of our Tesla shares, it could literally cause panic selling across Tesla. So when you throw shares into the market, it just could end up screwing not only the market and scare the market, but it could screw you because you might not be able to actually get out at the price you want. Say like Tesla right now is trading at, what is Tesla trading at right this second? Let me check. $482 right now. So let's say that they wanted to sell all their shares or $2 billion worth of shares, let's just say, at 482 bucks. Well, if they alerted the public before they did it, the stock might sell off. They might not be able to sell all $2 billion at one time. They might have to sell some at 480, some at 477, some at 475, maybe some at 470. And it's just not advantageous to the person who is selling or even wanting to buy a big block of those shares. So therefore, what this person or what this hedge fund would do is go into a dark pool. And if you've seen, what's the show with Bobby Axelrod and Billions? If you've seen Billions before, you know that they talk about dark pools and selling all their oil stocks, and like it is sort of like that, but it's not as cool as it might seem. So instead of publicly doing this, what you can do is go into a dark pool, which is just a private exchange. It's totally legal. Most big banks have them, and it's essentially just anonymously. You can go into the broker. You can say, hey, I have X amount of shares that I want to sell, 2 billion. I'm looking to sell them at, $483. And if there's a buyer there, it will anonymously match up a buyer, sell your shares for you without the public knowing, which is really good because then this way you get to sell all your shares at one time to a single buyer and the public doesn't find out. So think of it like a black market for the stock market, but it's fully legal. So you just get to find a buyer inside of the dark pool. You get to anonymously send your shares out, get your order filled. You both leave happy. Now, after the trade happens, that is when you have to publicly state it, especially if you're like a hedge fund manager. Then you manage people's money and it's a public thing. You have to publicly go out and say, hey, I purchased X amount of shares of Tesla, or I sold X amount of shares of Tesla. But you get to do that after the deal is already done, which means the stock can't be affected and you got out of the position at the price that you wanted, which is really good for a hedge fund manager. Now, here's the thing. It's not good for retail investors like us because essentially we don't have access to dark pools. We are not hedge fund managers. We are not super wealthy individuals, so we don't have access to dark pools. So really, we're just kind of left in the dark. Um, But there are ways to understand dark pool movement and see where, what's really happening and what big money is doing. And this is when you would use a software like Blackbox. I am 100% not an affiliate yet. I'd love to be, but not an affiliate of Blackbox. But it's a great program. It is a little pricey. It's like $100 a month. It's not something that's needed by any standards. I don't believe. I traded for 5.5 years without it, but I have been using it for the past 6-7 months. And I've been testing out a lot of different strategies with it, and I really do like it. And what they will tell you is actually what happened. So it's not necessarily going to tell you who the person was it a buy or a sell, but it will tell you what actually happened. I need to move this. What's going on here? All right, there we go. I can get this out of the way. But so for the case of Tesla here, you can see that it will actually show you if you set up, go to filter and you get to click dark pools, they'll actually tell you at 11:39 a.m. there was 200,000 shares of Tesla, or $92 million, traded at $4.63. And if we look at 11:39, look at what the price of Tesla was at. $465, and immediately, like 10 minutes after that transaction went through, Tesla ripped almost 6.5%, all the way up to highs of $484. So obviously that had a lot to do potentially with this move. Now, the other thing is a lot of the options flow that is coming into the stock market. So with something like Blackbox, once again, I'm not an affiliate. This is just me sharing this because I really like the software, is that you can actually go out and see what big money is doing. You can see all the purchase orders that are coming throughout the day on the options chain. Now, you can do this with time and sales, but not for options on something like TD Ameritrade. With this, it's going to show you what is the exact expiration, 11:20. What is the exact strikes? What was it, a call or a put? What are some of the details coming in, right? Was it a sweep? Was it a block? What was the value of it? What's the implied volatility? And you can see throughout the day, tons of calls, tons and tons of calls. We're just coming in, a couple random puts, but mostly calls coming in all day, with the fact that Tesla looked like it was going to break out from from a technical analysis standpoint. Then we got this big dark pool movement, having this little bit more of clarity on what big money is doing with the stock really gives you an edge over other retail investors. Of course, it's not anywhere near the magnitude of what you would do if you had, the resources you'd have if you're a hedge fund manager, but still it gives you another leg up over the competition. So if you want to check out Blackbox, I'll put a link down below. If you want to be a part of my private stock market academy, we have over 310 students, 55 hours of courses and lectures as well. I also give out my plays as I take them in live real time. I live stream every single morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. just like this. I go over plays that I'm making. I look over at your different trade ideas, and I even do live lectures. So hit the like button, comment, subscribe to this channel, and thank you guys for watching. Peace.